Okay, real life studies. Let's have a look at our clients. Like I said, we've had a lot of clients with crypto. We've seen it, not seen it all because every day is something new, but we've seen a lot of typical mistakes which people make. And here you might recognize yourself. So, but anyway, let's see what people do. Meet Daniel, SMSF trustee and crypto enthusiast. Daniel loves crypto, so he decided to invest his superannuation and in self-managed superannuation fund into crypto. He's done multiple transactions, swaps, trades, airdrops, forks, sacrifices. The other thing you have to be aware, when you do transactions, say you swap one coin to another, you think you've done one transaction, but in fact, it could be 20 transactions. So why? Because they match, the exchange matches buyer and seller. So if you want to buy 10 Bitcoins, and there are 100 sellers, so it means you'll have which sell, every sells, like only 10th of Bitcoin. So it means you'll have 100 lines of transactions. Every line will have fees. Everything has to be processed manually by the accountant. Every such a line of transaction will have to be potentially proved to the auditor. So it's a lot of headache. So multiple transactions, this is what we see. People underestimate how many trades they've done because, like I said, one swap or trade could end up with tens or even hundreds transactions. Multiple cold and hot wallets. People explain to me, because with this wallet I can do such and such, and with that wallet I can do such and such. Again, I understand it all. How about you do it outside of superannuation and try to keep it simple by trying to make with staking or say, for example, you open account for the sake of cheaper rate, trying to make a couple of bucks, you end up, like in trouble. So mixing personal and SMSF coins. This is what happened to Daniel because he was so excited about crypto, did all the transactions, multiple wallets. Again, like because of different reasons, saving on fees, staking opportunities, etc., etc. So as a result, multiple auditors' contraventions of Part A and Part B of audit report. Part B is about contravention of the SEIS Act, and Part A is when auditor cannot prove the existence of these coins. For example, in the financials, the accountant is showing 10 Bitcoins, but there are multiple wallets under individual names, and the auditor cannot be sure that at 30th of June, all these coins which the accountant showed in the report, they really existed. Also, please don't forget what the evidence of the existence. Your spreadsheet, it's not the evidence of existence. Even CSV file, technically, it's not the evidence of existence because I can edit CSV file. So I need the third-party evidence, such as the report, say, from the exchange or screenshot of blockchain showing that these 5 Bitcoins are sitting there. So when auditor is not sure if these coins exist, they just contravene Part A, are not sure that these financials are correct. Okay, he ended up with high accounting and high audit fees, of course, because it's a lot of work for us accountants to do, and for us auditors to do as well. Problems with ATO, of course, because auditor has to report the contraventions to ATO. It's a red flag. Every contravention, it's a red flag for ATO, headache and unhappiness. So Daniel ended up with such a result because, again, he didn't know the rules of the game. Let's meet Tom. Tom is a SMSF trustee and crypto enthusiast. Tom decided to be smarter. He engaged some company, paid big money for bot trading. this is a real report for Tom. He had 293,325 transactions. So you can imagine, right? The number of transactions, and he ended up with 52,000 capital loss. So all this bot trading, almost 300,000 transactions, ended up with capital loss. But on top of it, high accounting and audit fees. So you can imagine, you know, like technically I have to process all these transactions manually or find some other solution how to process them. Because software, most common software which accountants use for SMSFs are Class and BGL 360. Accounting software cannot handle crypto transactions at the moment. So if you have, say, centralized exchanges, Australian-based, yes, you can download the files, CSV files, and reports into the software, but anything outside of that, a lot of manual work involved, including every transaction has to be recorded in Australian dollars. When you think about crypto, very often it's not in Australian dollars, it's in US or in the coin currency, sort of. Anyway, so this client ended up with high accounting audit fees, potential multiple auditors contraventions of Part A and Part B of audit report, problems with ATO, headache, and unhappiness. Again, was trying to make few bucks, ended up with loss. Meet Andrew, SMSF trustee and crypto enthusiast. Andrew didn't know about crypto rules in SMSF. He didn't know that he could not contribute his own coins in SMSF. He thought that because you can in specie transfer shares, you can do the same with crypto. What's the difference, right? There is a difference. He contributed coins into SMSF. Couple years went by. He did a trading, of course, with these coins. Then he decided to do his tax return. He came to us, and this is where he found out that he actually could not contribute the coins into SMSF. So it means 2 years ago, he did the wrong thing. The SMSF could not accept this contribution, which already been traded to the other coins, etc., etc. So again, result, multiple auditor contraventions of Part A and Part B of audit report, high accounting and audit fees, problems with ATO, headache, and unhappiness. So now you can see why before I was so conservatively saying invest conservatively. All right, so why all these issues occurred and problems? Because Daniel, Tom, and Andrew did not have a specialist advisor guiding them. Most of clients who come to us, for some reason, they didn't look for any advisor. They didn't ask for advice. They just did all these investments on their own risk and ended up, you know, with the problems. And I can fix your problems, but I would prefer you not to make these errors. So if you recognize yourself, at least, you know, be happy you are not the only one who's made mistakes. Okay, so how easysuper can help you? So we can prepare complex crypto transactions, investments in SMSF financials and tax return. We can negotiate with the auditor, discuss and explain to the auditor what the transactions were, how, you know, like why you had so many wallet exchanges and why you've done DeFi and how you've done it. So we also help with auditor contraventions. We help to rectify it. We negotiate with ATO. Again, ATO in the last 6 months disqualified about 400 trustees. They started doing it. I've never seen it before in my 20 years of my career. It's very rare they disqualify trustees. Now they started doing it for contraventions. And we help you with non-compliance if, for example, you become non-compliant. This is the worst case scenario, hopefully not.